So today I'm going to do a book review video. I have 9 books to get there. I have 2 that are a series and the rest of them are random. So let's get started with the series I read for this month, and there's only 3 in the series. I got this at a library book sale, so I don't know if you can find this in like a book store, or you could probably find it on a Kindle or something. So this is called the Potluck Club, and when I got this series, I thought it was going to be about a potluck club, but I'll tell you what it is. So this is the Potluck Club. It's by Linda Evans Shepherd and Eva Marie Everson. Oh, the recipes for disaster when 6 friends meet. This is what it looks like. So when I got these books, I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. It's going to be like, I know what it's going to be like, like 6 friends get together for a potluck club and stuff. So the basic premise was, the potluck club was about a prayer circle. So if you're not really like a religious person, or you don't like biblical quotes and stuff in books, I don't recommend you get this series, because there's some biblical quotes, and then there's some prayer stuff, and it's just about like these Christian ladies from all different backgrounds, all different ways of life, all different ages, gets together once a month, I think, to host a potluck club, and they have a prayer circle where each one of them picks something to pray about. So this book was like the synopsis of the whole series. And it was about how each chapter, there's a recipe for each woman, and each woman has their own chapter. So each chapter is in one of the women's point of view. And in between each chapters, there's this guy named, what is his name? I forget his name. But he's like a reporter. I think his name's Clay. I think his name's Clay. And in between each chapter, there's like these little mini chapters of his stuff, and he's trying to figure out what's happening in Potluck Club because he wants to put it into his newspaper. And the Potluck Club is like a secretive club that only a few people get into, like the 6 friends. So that was the first synopsis of that book. I do put, if you want to read these books, I will put all the titles and authors down in the description in case you want to read them. They usually aren't in the same order as I put them in this book review, so just be careful of that. This is the second book in the trilogy, and this is called The Potluck Club Troubles Brewing. It's by the same authors. This is what it looks like. The person who got these books got them from Ollie's, if you can tell, because there's like a little sticker. Ollie's is like a discounted store, kind of, I guess you could say. And the second book is about one girl. It's like the same thing. Like, they have these problems. Each one of them has a problem to deal with. Like, the oldest woman from the Potluck Club, Evangeline, she is having problems with the person that she's seeing. Donna, she's a cop, and she gets involved in something really big that happened to her in a different town, a different life. The ones, I forget who it is. I think it's Goldie. Her marriage doesn't work out. She goes to live with her daughter. They get on a little like iffy because she's been staying with her with her daughter for a while. So the last book is like the wrap-up book. It's the last book in the trilogy, and this is called Potluck Club Takes the Cake. And this is what it looks like. There is a marriage in this book. That's like the last thing. And basically in the last book, it's just about wrapping things up. Like, everybody gets their happy ending at the end. The person who was divorcing, the woman who was divorcing her husband, decides to make it work again. Evangeline gets married, like I said. All these different things. And it's like the same thing. There's recipes for each woman. And then in the back of the book, all the recipes that all the women had throughout the book are in it, so you can use them. Some of them looked really good and really yummy. But yeah, it was a night. I would recommend that series, but if you're not a really, like, religious person, or you don't like biblical quotes and stuff in your books or whatever, then don't read it. But that series was really good, and the chapters weren't really that long. Like, some were longer than others, and some were shorter. But it didn't take me that long to read it. Like, it took me like a week to read the whole series, so it wasn't that bad. So these next 2 books I have are part of a series that I've been doing. The last book review video that I'm uploading right now has the first 2 books in the series. So these are the second 2 books in the series. It's the True Blood Sookie Stackhouse series of books. My arm's getting tired. But this is the third book. This is the third book in the series. And this is what it looks like. And like I said, I've seen True Blood on HBO, but I never read the books when it came out, so I don't know so far. And I didn't start watching True Blood like from the beginning. I started like in the middle of like one of the seasons, so I don't know if it's like the show. I don't know. So far, it's not. But this one is called Club Dead. I think I showed you guys this looks like. I really don't like the covers on these. Are really weird, to be honest. They're not really like, I don't know. They're not like, they look kind of creepy to me, if like you ask me about it. But Club Dead, what it is Alcide comes in it. And if you don't know who Alcide is like my favorite character because of Joe Manganiello. He was like one of my favorite people on True Blood, like one of my top 3 people I liked. So he gets introduced into this book, and what happens is Sookie goes to Jackson, Mississippi, to this club where she's trying to figure out who took her boyfriend, the vampire Bill. And a lot of stuff happens in it. That's like the synopsis of it. She breaks up, she breaks up with Bill in this book. And then in this book, it's by the same girl, Charlaine Harris. I don't know if that's how you say her name or not. This is the 4th book in this series, and this picks up where this one left off. It's called Dead to the World. This is what it looks like. Same thing, it's a Sookie Stackhouse novel. And, I don't know, that book, I really did, that one I just showed you, I really didn't get into a lot. It was, she broke up. It takes off where the last book left off. It's New Year's Eve, and she makes a resolution, Sookie, that she's not going to get involved in vampire drama or supernatural drama, whatever you want to call it. So here what happens is her former flame Bill leaves to go to Peru, and she finds Eric. Eric is like, I would say he's like the alpha vampire in the whole series. He's like the sheriff of Area 5 where they live. And he's like the head honcho. He tells all the vampires what to do, and they do his business and bidding for him. But he gets involved with witches. And the witches wipe his memory. He doesn't know who he is. All he knows is that he's a vampire. And Sookie has to figure out who's behind this and who, in the process, kidnapped her brother. Her brother goes missing after Sookie tells him about what happened to Bill and to Eric. So these are just random books that I've read. This book, I remember I read it in school, like parts of it, but I read this, and I always try to put, like, I don't have a lot of these classical literature books or, like, American lit books, but this is one, I think this is, like, the last one I have, and this is Henry David Thoreau's Walden and Civil Disobedience, and this is what it looks like. And Walden is basically, he goes there, and I think he lives there for, like, either 1.5 years or 2 years, and it just goes through, like, his exploits, like, how did he decide he wanted to live there for a couple years, and what it's like being away from, like, the city and everything like that. And it talks about, like, farming, and it talks about Walden, and it talks about the money he saves and growing crops and stuff like that. So if you really like transcendentalist's work, that's one of the best ones because it was really good. Like, I really liked the Walden stuff. I didn't like the other stuff in it, but I liked the Walden. The Walden part was good. This book wasn't really good. This is by Dan Simmons, and it's Children of the Night. This is what it looks like. And what it's about these scientists who go after post-communist Romania is in effect, and they find these children. They went to this orphanage, and they're like testing them for like all these different things, and one of the women brought one of the kids back with her, and it turns out he has some kind of thing, some kind of genetic thing that could help like cure AIDS or something. And then the people from his country take him back, like kidnap him, and they have to go on the search for him and to go back to Romania, and all these things happen. It's like kind of like a suspenseful book, like, 'cause like nothing really good happens until like the middle of the book. But it was just okay. Like, I wouldn't recommend reading it. I got like all these books I got except for the last one. I got last one I'm going to show you. I got at a flea market or book sale, and the last one I got at Walmart. Well, my mom got it for me at Target. We can get it at Walmart, Target, wherever. This is Time Magazine's Greatest People of the 20th Century, and I really didn't like this book either, and I'll tell you why. So, this is what it looks like. So, this book is based on Time Magazine's people that they thought were like the greatest people of the 20th century. That's basically what the title is. And each person in the book has like a little biography, and then why they were put into the book. This book, why Time thought they were great. But there was some people in this book that I really didn't think should have been in here, like some certain dictators shouldn't have been in here. Because I think that would just be weird calling them great. But, yeah, like, it goes in different chapters. Like, there's, like, the leaders, inventors, innovators, I don't know what else. Like, entertainment people like Walt Disney, Charlie Chaplin's in here. But a lot of the people in this book, I've done book reviews on books that I've read where they're like, oh, here's like 20 people in the 20th century, or here's 100 famous women or whatever in this book. And the one thing that's missing in this book is a lot of women in this book. There's not a lot of them. Like, there was like Amelia Earhart, Mother Teresa, I think Eleanor Roosevelt was in here. I think those were like the only, and Marie Curie were in here. I think those were like the only 4. And the rest of them were men. And there was like 80 of, all of them together. There was 80 of them. So this really wasn't a good book. I don't think anybody would even read this book anyway. But, it wasn't that great of a book. But it would be like a good resource if you only have to write a report on somebody or whatever. So this is the last book. I saved the best for last. This is the last, the 8th book in the Harry Potter series, and this is the script. So it doesn't read like a regular book. It's a script. It's basically just a script. And it has, 4 acts in it, I think. 4 acts. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, there's only 4 acts in it. It's called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Parts 1 and 2. It's based on an original news story by J.K. Rowling, but it's really by John Tiffany and Jack Thorne. This is what it looks like. And my mom got it at Target for me, and if you get it at Target, I don't know if they still do it, but if you get it at Target, it comes with like a free poster. But, this book was really good. Like, of course, it wasn't going to be, like, J.K. Rowling type of Harry Potter, but it was really good. It's just, like, the first scene is about what happens in the last book of the 7th Harry Potter book, where they're getting on the train, and Harry tells his son about how he's named after 2 of the great headmasters in Hogwarts. So, this book was really good. I don't want to give that much away because it just came out and I don't want to spoil anything. But it is really good. Like, if you love Harry Potter and you think, well, this isn't going to be good because it's not written by J.K. Rowling or whatever, it is good. I mean, it is a little different because it is just the script. but it was good. Like, I read it in a day and a half because it was so good. Like, I could never put it down. But it was really good. And there was a shocking twist in the last act. So if you didn't read it, don't spoil it for anybody in the comments. So that was my book review video. Comment below and tell me some of your books that you think you want me to read for another book review video. Give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time with another video.